Hello, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Lauren.
And this is I've Got Guts, a podcast about living and thriving with chronic illness.
And all the things that take guts to say out loud.
We're here to talk about the hard stuff, the stuff that's messy, complicated, and often left unsaid.
From chronic illness to everyday life, we're creating space for honest conversations, real connection, and a lot of laughs along the way.
And just so we're clear, we are not medical professionals. We're just two best friends sharing what we've learned and what we're still figuring out.
So you don't have to do it alone. Okay, well, welcome back.
Hello, everyone.
We're so happy you're here today on this Monday.
I can't get over this weekend was so nice.
So nice. And I'm sitting across from you right now looking at your t-shirt, cracking me up. It says, my oncologist does my hair.
Yep. Thank you, Tammy. My friend Tammy sent this to me.
It's too funny. That's a good shirt.
It is a good shirt. And you know what? It's this cute color pink.
It is a super cute pink. And I want to just point out that I'm wearing a tank top. You're wearing a short. You're wearing a short. You're wearing
just
shorts.
Short.
You're only wearing one short, not two.
Yes, because we went and sprayed our patio off because if it's going to be nice, I'm going to be parking myself outside reading my books.
Yes, it is so beautiful out. And today's one of those days where it's warm, where you can be in the shade and not feel chilly.
Yes. I love those. Those are my favorite days.
Yes. Here we go. Summer, come on. Let's do this.
Come on.
All right. Let's get into our thorns and roses.
All right. Let's get these sharp thorns out of the way.
All right. You go first.
Mine is the chemo side effects again.
They're just lingering this week.
I think what makes me mad is that my chemo day is Tuesday, which means my bad days are Friday and Saturday.
Ooh.
What is that? That stinks. I almost wish I had chemo on Thursday or Friday. That way my bad day could be in the middle of the week when nobody cares about anything.
Yes. Can you put in a request?
I don't think so. I think once you're
on a schedule, you're on a schedule. Yeah. Makes sense.
So I completely lost Friday and Saturday. I woke up, the headache was debilitating. So then I went back to sleep, and then I'd wake up in this fit of nausea. So I barely ate the last couple of days. So today I took full advantage. I was like, Anthony, I'm having 2 cheeseburgers for lunch.
Yeah. How was it?
It's delicious.
Yummy.
We did hungry root, and it was a hungry root meal.
Okay. So I know you sent me the thing for hungry root. I have to sit down and actually really look at it.
Yeah. We're debating. It's quick and it's easy, but it's also you need to be able to know how to spice things up a little bit on your own, or else it's pretty generic.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Sean and Connor love generic, so this might be good for them.
This is perfect for you.
Yeah, because I'm a hot mess. Chicken nuggets, mac and cheese, grilled cheese. I've got to do some other things.
I do have to say it was nice. Saturday, Anthony is back at work now, and I was I don't have anything left to give. And I made one of their meals, and it took me 15 minutes and barely any effort. So, and I needed that in that moment.
Right. And that is exactly what I need as well on those nights that are
crazy.
We're crazy with the sports, and we're at school, and that, it's just a lot going on. I don't have a ton of time. We don't have a ton of time to cook at night.
Even the meal we made today, it was cheeseburgers, and then the potatoes you cooked right in the microwave. Ooh. When they came out of the microwave, you season them up however you want.
Yeah.
Easy.
I got to try it. How much does this cost you?
Well, this round is $90, but I think it depends on how much you get.
All right. And it got you 3 meals?
4.
4?
Yeah.
That's a steal.
Yeah.
I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice. I'm going to have to give it a try.
All right. What's your thorn?
Well, my thorn is I had a funeral to go to on Friday. Mm-hmm. One of my colleagues who I taught with years ago, who has since retired, her husband just suddenly passed. So
sad.
It's just so sad. And, I'm so grateful my principal let me, go and get coverage for my class so I could go on Friday. And the service was just heartbreaking, but beautiful at the same time. And just to see everybody come together for them. And it was a beautiful service, but it's just so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So it was definitely a heavy day on Friday, but also at the same point, celebrating his beautiful life.
Yeah.
So It just makes you, I think just when things like this happen, especially when they happen unexpectedly, it just puts things into perspective.
Oh, yes.
Right? Life is short.
Life's short. Just wear the diamonds, eat the food, take the trip.
Yep. Do all the things. All the things. You've got to, because that's what we're meant to do here. Live.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of living, let's talk about our roses.
All right.
What's yours, Rome?
Mine is, I finally found a legit recipe for Orange Julius. As we're currently drinking it right now.
I wonder if you could hear that. That was me slurping mine.
It is so good. It is so
really
refreshing.
good.
This has been my chemo craving. Anything orange flavored, but specifically Orange Julius.
It really, I have to tell you, it is very refreshing, not too sweet. I basically chug this and it's either going to go really well for me or really poorly. I haven't eaten since yesterday at this point.
And you just found it in Orange Julius. Orange Julius, I just said it. When Lauren it's not when I first met Lauren. This was many years ago.
Many moons ago.
And we were with our friend Emily, and I don't know why we were talking about, I know why we were talking about Orange Julius, because we used to like to get different slushy drinks to bring to the pool with us. And you were like, what about we get one of those Orange Juliuses, guys? And we were like, Orange Julius? Is that how you've been saying it your whole life?
Sure is. That's how my mom always said it. So that's how I said it. We go to the mall. She's like, you want an Orange Julius? I was like, yeah, I do.
This is still one of my favorite. It'll never get old. Never.
Oh my God. It was like one of those things where, like, I don't know, the way you pronounce something and like the way your family does. And
now it's like weird to you to say Orange Julius.
Julius? It was always Julius to me.
Oh my God.
Gotta love a good Orange Julius.
Oh, I love you so much. Jeez.
That makes me think of Emily. Miss you, Emily.
Miss Emily. All right. What do you got for us?
All right. So my rose is last night we had the most delicious dinner. Sean, Connor, and I with my mom went out to the Classic Kitchen.
We've shouted them out before.
They are so delicious. You can't even put words to how good the food is. I had gluten-free hush puppies. I had gluten-free mac and cheese, but it was like with brie cheese. Sounds good. Delicious. Mom had crab cakes. Sean had pot roast. I love how I'm just going to give you guys everything.
Everything's gluten-free though.
Yes. So this is the first time ever that I can literally eat off everybody's plates. Like, I'm like, can I just
love?
I'm like, oh, can I just have a little taste of that? I'm like, can I try your pot roast? Like,
I remember when we went there, you were like, I'm going to have a bite of this.
I know. And they have a gluten-free fryer. Everything is gluten-free except for the bread that they do for the, burgers or Connor got a burger. And he got obviously a gluten-free bun, but it's so, so good. And it's so safe. You could just eat there and just not stress.
They truly understand cross-contamination.
They really do 100%. And they were wonderful. And it is such a cute, small place. We had to go so I called the day before. I had to go at 4:15 because
this is my kind of dinner time.
Early bird special. But it was delicious. So that was my rose.
I think Anthony and I need to go there.
You definitely should. It is so good.
Yeah.
So good. And I feel like it's got that vibe of like fancy, classy food, but like good sized portions. Like,
yes,
Sean's pot roast was like huge. Like
right.
when you, they were.
I got 3 meals out of that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
perfect for Anthony.
That is so true. I'll just talk of food as Orange Julius swishes around in my stomach. Oh my God, look, I'm already bloating.
Oh my God.
Here we go.
Well, before we jump into our episode today, we have a word from our sponsors.
Wait, excuse me, Room. Did you just say sponsors?
Yes.
With
plural.
an S? Plural?
Yeah.
Okay. So we do have another sponsor now.
Yes.
Well, let's start with our sponsor we've had for a while. So we, of course, want to thank Cozy Earth.
Yes, we truly understand how much comfort matters. Soft bedding, cozy pajamas, anything that helps you truly rest makes such a difference.
It really does. And that's why we love Cozy Earth, and they've been our sponsor for quite some time now. Their sheets and loungewear are unbelievably soft and temperature regulating too.
So you can head to Cozy Earth and use code IGG for 21% off at checkout.
But wait, there's more. We have another sponsor.
All right. This episode is sponsored by Purple Horizon Boutique, a beautiful small business inspired by nature, dreamy skies, and all things colorful and fun. If you know us, you know that we love accessories that make you feel put together without trying too hard. And Purple Horizon has the cutest earrings, necklaces, bags, hair, accessories, and more. Their pieces are handmade in the USA, hypoallergenic, and seriously so pretty. I especially love that so many of their designs are inspired by nature and those gorgeous purple sunset vibes, which honestly feels very on brand for us over here. And we love supporting small businesses, especially women-owned businesses with heart behind them.
Yes. So if you want to treat yourself or grab a gift for someone you love, head over to Purple Horizon Boutique and use code PURPLE10 for 10% off your order. Again, that's code PURPLE10, my favorite color, at checkout for 10% off. One of my favorite colors, I should say. And you can go to our show, go show them some love, and you can go to our show notes for all of the links to shop around.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
All right. So, Rome,
Yes.
let's just jump into it.
Okay, we're jumping into the episode. Here we go.
I have a question that has been sitting with me lately, and I cannot shake it.
Okay.
Why are women taught to suffer in silence?
Wow. All right. So we're going there today. I know this has been on your heart for a while.
No, but really, though, the more I look around, the more I realize how many women are carrying really heavy things and not talking about them. Things like miscarriage, infertility, chronic illness, mental health struggles, even just burnout or overwhelm. And it's not that these things aren't happening, they're happening all the time, but so many women feel like they have to just keep going quietly.
You know, it's so true. It is so true. And it's so valid. And it's not just one area either, right?
Exactly. This isn't just about one experience. This is about a pattern. Why are women expected to just carry pain, grief, discomfort, and struggle without really speaking about it? Mm-hmm. And I think like a huge part of it is the fear of being seen as too much, too emotional, too dramatic, too negative, too needy.
Or attention seeking.
Like that one is huge. There's an underlying message that if you speak up about something hard, people are going to think you're looking for attention. So instead, a lot of women just stay quiet, even when they're going through something really significant.
And I think we do live in a culture, it's just like power through, carry on, right? And women are praised for pushing through a lot of the times.
Yeah, and this is where it gets tricky. Women go to work, they take care of families, they show up for everyone else, even when they're struggling physically or emotionally, and people say, she's so strong, but sometimes I wonder, like, are we calling it strength when it's just actually survival?
And that's such a good point. Or when there's no other option, right?
Yeah, like are we even given space to fall apart, or are we expected to just keep functioning no matter what? I actually relate to this a lot because now that I have 7 chemos under my belt, everyone keeps telling me how strong I am, what a fighter I am. Sometimes, though, saying that makes me feel like I don't have any other options. Like I have to be strong. And I don't want to be all the time. I want and I deserve my moments of breakdown.
Yes, you do. You do. I think that's a really good point. It's almost a fear of letting people down if you don't, right, perform the way they expect you to. I was just having a conversation with somebody in my life today, actually, about how it's okay to fall apart. It's okay to cry and release it and feel crazy and sometimes even feel out of your own body, right? Like, is this really happening to me? Because you have to honor how you feel. We say it all the time, right? And it's okay to talk about it and own up to it. It doesn't make you
a bad person.
Right.
Wrong.
Less strong or not strong at all. Like we have to honor how we feel and it's okay to talk about it.
Yes, please talk about it. I think there's also something about women's health specifically that still feels very quiet.
You know what? I feel like this is what this whole episode in a way
kind of was spawned by this.
Yes, yeah. And I think fertility for you guys was a big piece, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think about infertility, miscarriage, periods, pelvic pain, menopause, sexual health. These are things that affect so many women, all women, really. And yet they're still talked about in whispers, if at all. Like, look at endometriosis. We literally just did an episode on that, a few episodes back?
Yep.
And the statistics around it are shocking. On average, it takes women somewhere between 6 to 10 years to get diagnosed. Some studies even show delays up to 11 years. And during that time, women are told periods are supposed to hurt. It's just anxiety. You're being dramatic. That's normal. The average patient reportedly sees around 7 different doctors before finally getting diagnosed. And a huge percentage of women with endometriosis are initially misdiagnosed with other physical or even mental health conditions first. One survey found 75% reported being misdiagnosed before getting the correct diagnosis.
Which is insane considering how common it is, right?
Exactly. It's not some rare mystery illness. It affects like 1 in 10 women, and yet women spend years being dismissed, minimized, or made to feel like their pain is normal. And I think that says so much about how society treats women's pain in general.
I agree. And I'm starting to laugh because I'm thinking about what I'm going to say because this does relate to my husband a bit. Meanwhile, just think about it. It's normal experiences, right?
Yeah.
Right, that you're having. Yet somehow, ready for this? Male, I don't know. I'm laughing because I'm really laughing at my husband. I'm not laughing at all the bald people in the world. But so male pattern baldness has been studied more than so many areas of women's health. Like, I'm pretty sure there are more FDA-approved treatments for men hair loss than there are for conditions like endometriosis. And right? And I'm laughing because, I don't know, I just think about Sean's bald patch growing and growing. But here's the thing. Like,
what does it matter? It's a superficial thing.
Exactly. Whereas like endometriosis,
it's pain,
my gosh,
painful.
And it impacts your body in so many ways. Really, hair loss is just vanity for men. Right. I mean, I'm looking at you right now with no hair. Like,
exactly.
And you look great. You actually still look like a punk rocker, Rome.
Thank you. I'm going to roll with that. Yeah, and Rome, like, you'd think male pattern baldness is the beginning of it. Like, billions have been poured into research for things like erectile dysfunction, while women are still fighting to be believed about chronic pain.
Right. It's so true. It's wild when you think about it. Half the population experiences these things, and yet they're still treated like something to hide, right?
Yeah, and then there's social media, which makes this even more confusing because on one hand, people are sharing more than ever, but on the other hand, it still feels like there are rules. Like, people are comfortable sharing the happy moments, the milestones, the after, but the in-between, the messy, uncertain, painful parts, that still feels off limits for a lot of women.
Yeah, it's almost like curated vulnerability. And I have to say, when we first started this podcast, I remember how many family members made comments like, you're really going to talk about poop or your ups and downs of your fertility. Like, why would you do that? Right?
Remember specifically a time where you told me your dad was listening and he turned it off because I was talking about my period.
Right. And he couldn't handle it. Exactly. It's like, I'm sorry if we make you uncomfortable, then don't tune in, right? Yep. I'm sorry if you're friends with me or either of us in life and we are so open, we talk about things and it's uncomfortable, maybe you're not meant to be in our circle.
Yeah. I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm not going to stop.
Because it feels good to talk about it. And I think too, Room, like especially you and Anthony, how just open you guys have been throughout your whole fertility journey. I think that almost just gives people who have been quiet, right? Yeah. Women who have been so silenced and not talking about it for whatever reason, right? Yep. Just that connection and that hope and that just, I'm not alone, right?
Yep.
It's so true.
And curated vulnerability, that's the perfect word. That's exactly it.
Yeah. Yeah, so is. It so is. There's a version of vulnerability that's acceptable, and then there's the real, raw version that makes people uncomfortable.
And God forbid we make someone else uncomfortable. We just said this, but I think about my own experience sharing my IVF journey and now my breast cancer journey, and I personally care more about my comfort than anyone else's.
I love that. Say that one more time.
I care more about my comfort than anybody else's. So I'm choosing to be very open about everything, and that is not for everyone, and that's completely okay. I share because if my story can help even one other person, then it's worth it to me. But what stood out to me through all of my sharing was how many women reached out privately to say they were going through something similar and hadn't told anyone, not their friends, sometimes not even their families. And that's the part that really stuck with me, how lonely and scary that may be.
No, because as like a human race, like we are just like, we're built on relationships and connection, right?
Yes.
So when you're alone processing something without anybody to communicate with, you're missing that connection. You're missing that part that makes us human, right? It's crazy. So why do you think this is, Rom?
I think it's a mix of things. I think a big one is generational conditioning.
Sure is. Because how often growing up, I know I heard this, did we hear things like, not everyone needs to know your personal business, or don't bother anyone with that, or that's just normal for women. And the list goes on. I can just tell you, a couple months ago, I had someone make a comment similar to me like that. And it's just...
I remember being a young kid and I had issues going to the bathroom. And I remember openly saying, like, talking about it and being told, like, oh, little girls don't talk about that. Like, poop.
Right. It's like, hi, guess what? Everybody poops. If you put food in your mouth, it's got to come out. It's not just going to just go away.
Not going to talk about it. Why? Because men are uncomfortable that women poop. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. We do. We poop and we wipe our butts and it comes out. Like, this is what happens.
Yeah, bodily functions. But I think like other pieces of it are not wanting to burden other people.
Right. Right. It goes back to other people being uncomfortable.
Right. Fear of judgment, fear of making others uncomfortable. You just said that. Wanting to protect moments of happiness, and honestly, being taught to prioritize everyone else's comfort over our own truth.
Right. It's like here's the thing. When we just focus on how we're feeling, right? And we share and we be authentic and vulnerable to our own selves, that's the best way to live. It's so freeing.
Yeah. And the thing is, silence doesn't actually protect us. It isolates us. It creates shame. It makes people feel like they're the only one going through something.
Like, that's so true. And in reality, so many people are going through that exact same thing that you may be, right? And I think that's the part that's hard. When you keep something to yourself, it feels like you're the only one, but you're not. And it's not about sharing everything with everyone, right? If you don't want to. But even letting a few trusted people into your life and letting them know what's going on can change everything. Because the second you do that, you're not carrying it alone anymore. You have people who can check on you, sit with you, support you, give you a different perspective when you need it. And when we stay silent, we're kind of unintentionally denying ourselves that support system. You just want to sometimes not share because of that, but...
Right. And I think like, I'm just going to pull like an example that's perfectly, and it's miscarriage. If you select, let's just say 5 people, and from the very beginning, tell them that you're pregnant, right? 5 of your closest friends and family.
Yep.
If that miscarriage happens, you have 5 people built in that you can call that are going to be there for you.
Right.
That's really what you're doing, is you're just creating a system for yourself where you have people to go to.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I understand some people don't want to say anything. They want to wait till they're in that safe spot where, you know, you might not lose the baby. But then I think of, we had a friend who lost a baby at 8 months.
Right.
Pregnant. And we were all there for her. You know what I mean? I just wish more women were open to expanding their horizons, because I think they would realize the world is ready to embrace you, really. And I'm like a walking example of that.
You really are.
The world everyone has embraced my journey because I'm open about it.
Right. And I think too, because of that, then you have just an outpouring of so much love and support and prayers and just this energy, everything is energy, right? Everything is, we're energy. And the more you share, it's reflected back to you. And that can be healing in itself. And sometimes when you know better, you do better, right? And if you're listening and you've been someone who's maybe been silent about something or you haven't been talking about something for whatever reason, give it a whirl. Open up to someone close in your life. See what can happen from it, right?
I made a breast cancer friend and we were talking and we were on the phone for about an hour. And at the end of the conversation, she said, I only have told these breast cancer friends that I'm making. I was like, wait, what do you mean? Your family doesn't know? She's like, no, I don't want to disappoint anybody. And I was like, do you feel lonely ever? Like, I know you have me now, but I'm not your family or your whatever. And like, she was like, I guess I never really thought about it that way. And like, I just felt so sad for her. She's walking this journey with nobody except for a few random friends she's made knowing about it.
Right. It's like, and I think you're coming from a place of how full your life is.
Yes, I feel so, that's the thing. I feel so lifted up. I feel so supported. I feel like everybody's giving me this, like, I want to fight this because all these people are behind me. Like, what is she's fighting for herself.
Right. Yes.
But sometimes I can tell she, like, her light's dimmed a little. She needs or that rally behind her.
Right, because there are so many times where we can't always uplift our own selves.
No,
you know, like
hard.
I'm like the biggest mindset person around, right? And you can look within and you can pump yourself up and you can do all these tools and strategies to really just up level your own self. But sometimes you just need someone else in your corner for you, believing in you, right? Believing in you when you don't even believe in yourself anymore, right? Or being strong for you when, like you said, sometimes you just feel like you can't be strong today, right? And you need to borrow someone else's strength. That's what it is. It's like, I'm going to borrow your belief. I'm going to borrow your strength because I can't pull it from within right now. So it's just something we're hoping, if you're listening and maybe you're in the same spot, you're open to doing, right?
Yeah, and I want to be really clear. This is not about saying everyone needs to share everything publicly.
Right.
That is definitely not the point. The point is, why does it feel so hard to say I'm not okay, even to people who care about us? Like, why does it feel like we have to filter it, soften it, minimize it? Why do we feel like we have to make our pain more palpable for other people?
I don't know. I really, really don't. I don't. But I have an example of something that just happened to me at school this week.
What?
I was obviously just like a lot going on, right? You know, with our friend's husband passing and then just some changes at school and just tricky stuff, right? And I just may have had a little bit of a breakdown in my classroom with two of my friends. And afterwards, I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I totally just like unleashed to you about X, Y, and Z. And they were like, no, Lauren, it's okay, whatever. And it made me feel good in the moment just to talk to them. And then the next day, they came down with, those gold eye patches.
Yes.
So I was like, my eyes hurt. And a bag of Ruffles.
Sour cream. Ruffles
cheddar sour cream Ruffles chips.
Ruffles and an eye treatment.
So I'm like,
that's support.
Right. And it's like when you're having a bad day, it's two very small, thoughtful things.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
And if I didn't open up and just like release the tears that day of how I was feeling emotional and grieving and whatever, if I didn't do that, if I kept it within, I wouldn't have had that little bright spot. And I wouldn't have been last night laying with my new gold eye patches on my eyes.
You probably would have like cried your whole car ride home and you didn't have to do that.
Right. Yes, exactly. So, as we kind of wrap up this episode, I feel like we've been taught overall to endure instead of express, to hold it together, to push through, to not make it a big deal.
Yeah, and somewhere along the way, we learned that being strong meant staying quiet, but maybe real strength is actually letting people in, letting yourself be seen, even when it's messy, even when it's uncomfortable. You don't have to carry everything alone, and you don't have to pretend you're okay.
Yes, you don't have to pretend you're okay. I remember crying at the airport Right after you were diagnosed with cancer.
Yes.
And I just had a moment room. I was sitting at the bar at JFK Airport, and I got off the phone with you, and my heart was in the beginning, and my heart was just broken, and I just cried my eyes out. And my mom was like, "We're at the airport." I'm like,
"Who cares?"
I'm like crying. I'm like, "Give me another cocktail." I was feeling the feelings for you. Yep. I was feeling like all of these emotions, and I let it out at the airport. I didn't give a shit.
No,
think I was going to see any of those people ever again.
Exactly.
Like, who cares?
Who cares?
Right? And whatever you're holding, you deserve to be supported in it. Just like I was in that moment. Yeah. I looked to my mom for support as I cried tears all over my cocktail. You know, you're looking for that support, not to be fixed, not to be judged, not to be minimized, just supported.
Yes, because the truth is, the things we're told to stay quiet about, those are usually the conversations that take the most guts to have.
And like Brene Brown says, quote, shame thrives in secrecy, silence, and judgment. Is that not so powerful?
We hate those words.
We do not want you to be having shame thriving in your life.
We do not.
That was a good one.
I feel like an elephant was taken off of my shoulders. That was weighing heavy on me.
Yeah, and I hope it resonated with some of our listeners who may feel like, you know, they could use this
or they need support.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And hey, we're here for you. Email us anytime.
Yeah, we got you.
Yes, yes.
All right. And before we say goodbye, we need to talk about our sponsors, Cozy Earth. If you're ready to upgrade your sleep, your space, and your everyday comfort, head to cozyearth.com and use our code IGG at checkout for the best discount you can find out there.
Yes. And we have our new sponsor, Purple Horizon. And you can go to
Purple Horizon Boutique and use code PURPLE10 for 10% off at checkout.
Ooh, you're going to love it. I can't wait for you guys to explore the website.
I feel like I want to say the catchphrase from How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Frost yourself. It's not really like diamondy, sparkly jewelry like that, but will give you some good frosting.
For sure. I have a couple adorable earrings that I wear all the time from Purple Horizon.
Me too. And I just maybe got a new pair today because they have pink hoops.
Ooh, they have pink hoops?
Yeah.
What other pink things?
Oh my God. So many fun hoops, like with the patterns and lots of good summer stuff.
Oh, I love it.
Earrings that match the hair clip.
Okay, that's adorable. Yeah. I'm obsessed. I can't wait. I have a shopping problem. This is bad for me, but also good for me.
Yes.
All right. And are you loving the podcast? The best way to show it is by leaving a 5-star rating and a few kind words. It helps us to keep growing and reaching others who need to hear they're not alone.
And be sure to join our email list. The link to sign up is in the show notes or in our bio on any of our social media platforms. Being a part of our email list is the best way to stay up to date on new episodes, special guests, recipes, book recs, and so much more.
And you can also connect with us anytime on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, or Facebook. Just search I've Got Guts Podcast or email us directly at I'veGotGutsPodcast@gmail.com.
Thank you so much for being here and for being part of this community. We're so grateful for you.
Keep going.
Keep growing.
And always remember, you've got guts.